Let's call this meeting to order. Everyone stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And happy Valentine's Day belated to everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, roll call.
Yes. Tim Brennan.
Here.
Claire Mann.
Here.
Madeline Brown, present. Sue Baker, here. Eva Joyce Burns,
Here.
all present.
Okay. Approval of minutes, does anybody have any comments or questions on the minutes as they were written?
I'd like to move that we accept the minutes for last month's meeting as presented.
And I'd be happy to second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay.
All right, thank you for rescheduling. So thank you for putting up with my wording of not saying reschedule. So, all right, so dates of note, Wednesday afternoon book club on March 20th. We'll be reading Girl Waits with Gun, and the author will be Skyping with us. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They've been doing that more and more. Yeah.
Amy Stewart?
Yep, Amy Stewart will be Skyping with us.
That's pretty cool.
It is very cool. Score workshop still continues to meet on every Wednesday for February and March from 5 to 8. The Friends meeting will be on March 4th at 6:30. Social media marketing workshop still every second and fourth Thursday from 12:30 to about 2. And then on the opposite Thursdays is the Let's Get Healthier workshops. It meets on the first and third Thursdays from 12:30 to approximately 1:30. They're growing in popularity, so feel free to come by anytime. We have upcoming yoga for all ages, which will meet on Monday, March 18th at 6:30. Pause to Read will be back on March 20th from 4 to 5:30. Mary Kleiss was our longtime volunteer with her dog Riley. She passed away a few weeks ago from cancer, so Kristen attended her visitation. So shout out to Mary. That was very hard on the staff, but yeah, she was a good volunteer. But, yeah. Chapter Chat will be meeting today from 4 to 4:45, and they'll be reading the mixed up files of Mrs. Basil E. Frankenweiler.
Yep.
And Kristen and I are going every other on that one, so Kristen will be doing this month, and I'll be doing next month. So
Have you read it?
It's a great story about
It looks
kids
cute.
who stay in a library.
it's a lot of fun. We had our
Or a
first
museum.
chapter chat last month, and we had ages 8 and up and all age groups, and it was very interesting. Everyone interacting with each other. So
That's great.
yeah, I think we've got something here. And then preschool and story times have started back up again until March 26th and March 28th. Tomorrow night, Family Fortnight, the after hours event. Bring your blankets, sheets. We still have openings, and that's from 6:30 to 7:30. And then,
See you then.
Oh, thank you.
It's on the calendar.
Really, because we have a really big sign up. Thank you. And then Representative Koopa will be having office hours on March 9th from 10:30 to 12:30. So we're
Do
set
we
up.
need some more clips for Family Fortnight?
I think we're okay.
Should I swing by the dollar store?
I think we're okay. Don't worry. And if you make it, rock on. If not, we'll still think
Oh,
you're
I'm
doing
looking forward to it. It's one of my
Do
favorite
you
library
enjoy it?
activities.
Okay. It is pretty funny.
It's funny.
I appreciate
fun.
that. Thank you. So
Give a
here
good
is,
Yes.
yes. And then the attendance sheet on the side. For January, for preschool story time, we had 68 attend. Parent and top time, 91. Snow day movie, Rock Dog, 6. And family movie, Smallfoot, 15. So for a total of 180 for January, which is pretty good considering the weather.
I thought that was really great that you had the Snow Day movie. When I saw the
Did you?
announcement on Facebook,
Thank you.
I
That's
thought this
Kristen.
is a relief for a lot of mums who know their children are going to need to get out of the house.
For multiple snow days that we've had. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's worked out pretty well. Thank you. That's our movie license that we buy that allows us to do that legally. So
That's great.
You're very welcome. 8 attended our score workshops for the month of January, 13 for the book club that was on January 16th, and 7 for the book club that was on February 20th. I know there's going to be like bonus stats in here, sorry. 14 attended the social media marketing workshops for January. 1 attended the Let's Get Healthier workshop for the month of December. I haven't gotten my January stats yet for that. 4 attended my Lego morning for adults, which was pretty impressive because it was really snowy that day. I did have to cancel my fermented vegetables and fruit on Monday, January 28th, because we were all sent home at 2 o'clock because of the weather, and that's been rescheduled to July. 20 attended my gut health program on February 16th. 7 attended our coloring program on February 13th. 6 attended our chapter chat that was on January 23rd, and 25 attended our History of Detroit Eastern Market program the other night. So it's been busy. And busy, so which is good. All right, publicity, community outreach. The February showcase is Mary Frederick's sheep collection.
So sweet.
Isn't that nice?
Really.
She's coming back in April with baskets, so get ready. Friends Winter newsletter is available in the lobby, and the spring one is coming soon. We're not taking donations right now, but hope to start soon. Friends Edges and Ledges and School Volunteers Dusting will be on March 21st at 4 p.m. And tonight is the Friends of the Library Dine and Donate at Perry's Pizza. So if you're a friend or want to support the Friends, and they will give a percentage of the proceeds of their sales to the Friends, which is very nice. Just a reminder that we're continuing to participate with TLN in their community engagement programs, where with your library card you can get discounted tickets on Red Wings, Fox Theater, and Little Caesars Arena, and now the Detroit Tigers, so which is very good. There's now a mobile app available for the online catalog, and it's now good to go on Apple and Google Play Store. Sam Gill from the Yarn Stop has contacted me regarding setting up a group book club in the evenings, and we're working on titles and structure, so stay tuned for more details. The 2019 spring highlights have been turned in for publication and should be out very soon. And March is membership month for the Friends, so more details coming on it. So, Ellen, what you got?
I was just going back to the book club and the author Skyping.
Yeah.
Is that a common practice now?
With my club it is.
That
That's
is
like the third or
really
fourth
cool.
time they were able to contact the publishing company or the author directly and say, hey, we're the Clawson Library, we're big fans.
I think
And so then the author will screen, and everyone sits around and asks questions for an hour. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's great for the author too, you know, they're gonna
Right.
sell more books.
Yeah, it gets, and then she'll talk about what's coming up or other books, and you can see people taking notes. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Director updates, the state aid report has been completed and turned in.
Well done.
Wow.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Jen.
Oh my goodness. So, thank you. The Troy Public Library is now open. It should be open, sorry. And Royal Public Library is letting us extend their library card renewals. So if a Royal patron comes in and their card's expired, we've gotten the blessing to extend it out a little bit, so to buy them time before going back down there. So I know the parking situation
It's worse every day.
is
It's worse
adventurous.
every single day.
So their directors
I
are
don't go downtown very
No,
often.
It's horrible. It's
There's a
horrible.
lot going on, so, and their director retires this week on Thursday.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
Right
that's,
in the middle of it, huh?
yeah, right in the middle of it, but the new gal, she's gonna be great. We now have tax forms, both federal and state. Yes, the federal forms look different. So, that's about all I can tell you.
And so do the refunds
Yeah,
and the deductions.
yeah, so, we have moved to a new email vendor. There'll be an increase from $25 to $46 per account. We'll pay $130 a year now. It's a 2-year contract. It won't go into effect until October. We've had so many problems with the email. I know Madeline, you had asked if we could get some sort of discount with the changeover, or could they like refund us or make it not so painful, but when you asked that like a week later, they switched over. So far it's going very well, and
This is who Jill is.
yep, through TLN, yeah, so hopefully we'll be in good shape. Gift committee report, the large print books all are in, and Kristen continues to work on the Boy Scout Merit Badge guides. So the request for the meeting room that I had made in May has been postponed. so stay tuned for that.
Not completely postponed or just postponed?
Depends on the day.
I was just gonna say,
okay.
does the day make a difference?
I'm gonna go right now completely postponed. So, but still, things are happy. People are like watching this thinking, "Oh, things are still happy and as they were, just probably completely postponed. They're getting into COVID right now. TLN did their quarterly IT visit on January 30th for computers and address any issues, so we're in good shape again. And then this past Friday, they came in and put in the 2 new computers that the Friends purchased for us in the staff room and moved the staff computers out on the floor, so the public has more outdated computers. So that was Friday, they came in, which was pretty good. And then, as I said before, Sue. And currently I'm working with TLN with the computer and software updates since Windows and Office and everything is about to change over. And so we're going to have to really look at our computer situation. But that will be the March agenda, so we'll hang tight on that one. And as I said before, we had to close at 2 p.m. on January 28th because of the weather. The city also closed that day. And Libby has new updates on it, so check that out. A MELCAT loan period for public universities is now 90 days. So if you take out a textbook or something from a university, you can have it longer than just the basic 3 weeks. And also they'll give you a 30-day renewal. So it's very helpful to students.
Whoa,
Yeah,
won't
isn't
have
that
to
nice?
buy the textbook.
Yeah,
We
so
can
it's
get it
just
here.
books, but yeah. So if you're looking for something and your university has it, you can have it for quite a long
I'll
time.
tell them.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So that was a nice announcement. Amy Sell, the group that's assisting with the search for the city manager, interviewed me on January 18th regarding my thoughts for a new city manager. And then on the 14th, there'll be more communications about that, I guess. Also it was brought up, asked if Kristen is okay about not getting paid for mileage for outreach. She said she's fine. She would rather not get reimbursed for doing outreach. She's okay with it.
Wait a minute.
So it's only,
Wait a minute.
she's only
Whose
driving.
idea was it for her not to be reimbursed?
I asked her, do you want to get reimbursed? She said no.
It was brought up.
It was brought up at the last.
Right. And she said no.
She said no.
Do you know where she buys her gas?
I know a lot about Kristen. We haven't covered that after knowing her for 13 plus years, but can I ask us?
Would you please let her know that we thank her and we appreciate everything she does for the patrons in our library?
And how far are we talking about traveling?
It's like 4 blocks. She does it on the way home. She'll
Oh,
leave work a few
that's
minutes early.
different.
We like rig it. For the most part, the
So
patron.
you're only delivering homebound to one person right now?
So far, yeah. So it's fine. She'll like redo her route a little bit to go.
So if it did turn out to multiply?
Yeah, I'll keep in touch.
adjustments?
Yeah, and we've had a few before, and sometimes we'll have one-offs, like I've had surgery and can you come for a few weeks or something? We'll work on that too. So, she's good, so thank you. And then last week, Kristen and I met with Chief Sarvella to review best practices between the library and the police department, communication and such, so.
Well, that was nice.
I asked him if he would chat with us, and he thought that would be a good idea. So the 3 of us sat down before we opened last Thursday and just had a good talk about when we should call, you know, them coming over more, us helping them with whatever we can, so.
Has there been any more ramifications for the gentleman that?
But we're ready. We're ready. So every day's a new day. We're ready. We have the letter at the front desk that the police will give to him, telling him that he's banned. He was supposed to be at the Royal Public Library's meeting this week, I think, to state his case to see if he could get reinstated, but I'm not sure the results of that. But he definitely made the rounds of the libraries because, of course, everyone talks, so all the directors were on the phone with each other to see.
So are there any that he's welcome in?
Not that I'm aware of, no. I think he did quite a number on several libraries. Yeah, it kind of got intense for a while. And like, that was my next thing. So a police report was filed on February 7th because a patron acted in a threatening manner. And like I said, a letter's ready to go.
When you leave the village, you leave like
two people together? or-
Oh, everyone is a group together,
Okay.
and no one leaves the parking lot until all cars are started and moving
Okay.
in a forward direction.
Okay.
No one, everyone waits.
Very good.
Yeah.
No.
Very good.
Good practice.
No,
Yeah.
we all park together in the back or wherever, so unless you have to be told by DPW, move your car for plowing, but yes.
Yeah.
And if when you're ready to leave,
Mhm.
especially on the later nights, are there ever cars lingering?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, or people are there because of
Why?
Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
Pokemon or whatever, or people use the lot because there's an overflow from across the street or whatever else. But yeah, sometimes there's some cars lingering. But no, we all together, all cars together, no one moves till all cars have started and actually are moving.
What about you staying late or coming in on?
Coming
Or
in.
coming in
Well,
early?
When I come in,
That's the part.
when
that-
I come in early, I'll usually, here, let me give away what I'm doing. I'll park closer to the building. When I'm here on not off hours, I'll illegally park in the 15-minute parking spot. And
Right.
just,
And that's fine. You
okay.
have absolute permission.
So I
Is that
parked
where you
in-
are today?
Well, DPW had me scooch because they needed to plow the lot. When I get back from feeding my dogs, I'll move my car to the proper place, but yeah, no, and I know you and Tim see me parked in the 15 minute. That's where I
I'm
am.
in the handicap.
Well,
Yeah,
that's,
no.
Just for security
They were-
reasons.
Right.
yes.
Well, the truck
Right,
was
yeah.
still
So,
out.
and
I
the-
didn't know whether it was coming back in the parking lot.
I'm just jumping all over, sorry too. But the police now are waiting, usually in the lot in the morning too.
that's good.
So, and I wrote Chief Sorrella and thanked him. The officers are usually, many times when I roll in, at the time that I do, there's an officer sitting there. And we'll wait until I get in the building. So, also to help deter people cutting through the lot, which just seems to have helped. So,
It's surprising when we've been waiting in the morning, the number of people, they don't stop, it's just a
Oh,
cut
yeah.
through.
Cut-
Yeah, it
It's
is
just
a cut through.
So they've been trying to sit there more, which is good. So, and I told you about Mary passing away. Also, we, on January 22nd, I received a complaint about us being closed on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. They were disappointed in us for being closed. They didn't understand why we would close.
Now, we have never done that before, but
It's true.
we went with the city's.
Correct. We followed the
Guideline.
city's guideline.
Mhm.
Exactly. So,
How did the employees, how did the staff feel about having the day off? Would they have been
Well-
fine that if we didn't close?
they lost money.
Right, they
Yeah,
get
They
paid if
lost
they're
money.
not
No one
here.
complained though, because I have a classy staff. They just rolled with it. So there was no griping. I just said, we're closed, we're following the city, and okay. But yeah, they lost money. And they lost money on President's Day too. But again, there were no complaints. Because
I don't see any reason then why the library has to adhere to the city's policy if that's.
No,
I don't know. I mean, the whole city closed. And Parks and
right.
Rec closed, everyone did. I mean, the whole city shut, so, which was fine. And again, I have a very classy and professional staff, so no complaints. So,
Were we
Do
here?
other,
I think we were here. Were we here for the Martin Luther King for any reason? Because I remember Joel and I.
I think this is the first year we
No,
shut
this
down.
is the
Yeah.
No, I
first year.
meant this particular year. Were you in here? on
yeah, I
the
was
whole
in
thing?
here, but you
Because
weren't in
we-
here.
I think we
For
were.
that. Were you?
Something
Did
to
you
do
pop
with-
in?
Well, because I remember approaching two people who parked the car and got out and we said they're closed. It's a holiday. And both of them said, oh.
Oh, maybe. I don't recall you being there, but that doesn't,
Well,
lots
we
happen
can
between now
review
and
this
then.
when the schedule comes up next year,
Sure.
for our next year's schedule.
Like I said, the whole city closes, so I don't know if we'd look kind of like, stay
would
open.
like, yes, I'd like to review what
Okay.
staff is those holiday
Okay, yeah,
days, possibly
Yeah,
other,
holiday pay.
are,
right, yes, there are. I was, Kristen was, it's
Yeah,
full-time
then
staff,
so
we were
that-
paid.
that's
But
I
this,
think those who would have normally worked
Oh.
that day
it was budgeted,
should have been
so we can, all
compensated,
right.
I think.
All right, well, that's certainly something to bring up when we do our schedule next year, if we decide
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
close those
okay.
days. Let's
Mhm.
let's bring that up.
Okay, that would be nice. Again, I want to stress the staff, kept it classy.
Oh, no, they're-
Right.
no, they
If
would.
it's a city-called holiday, then
Right, well, that
the
makes sense.
staff should be paid, because I'm sure the DPW and, you know,
Uh-huh.
the police department
Right.
and whatever got paid for that day, so.
Yeah, I don't know if the park company was a record. I don't know how.
I think
Part-timers
was,
don't get
was
benefits.
like, okay, like the staff at Hunter, was Hunter closed? that
Yeah,
day?
they closed
They
it.
closed, okay.
How it worked with them, I think they did the same way, but.
Okay.
Yep. We have 2 new retired volunteers coming in weekly, and, sorry Sue, that got cut off. The Clawson Youth Center at the United Methodist Church is now closed.
Oh.
It didn't, yeah. I agree.
Didn't fly,
Didn't
nobody
fly.
went.
Nobody went. And they put a lot of money and time
A
into,
lot.
I mean, they bought the equipment so they could have enough Wi-Fi to satisfy the need of after school and TVs
That's
and, you
Jean
know.
Isaacson was baking every week, cookies.
And she bakes.
She's tiny.
Yeah,
Should
so.
let that out on the news.
Sorry,
Jane.
She'll tell you. So, yeah, that was kind of a bummer.
That's too
Especially for
bad
the
because I was
Fridays.
hoping it would relieve some of the crowding or stress here.
But we
Yeah.
should have known that it probably wouldn't, because we had the teen center for a while,
Oh,
and
yeah.
because Bev made them behave and respect one another, they wouldn't go there either.
Well, and then the church was requiring the parents to sign a
Yep.
form for their kids to participate in it. You know, high school kids don't want to take a form home to their mommy to be signed, right?
I would have been there for the cookies though. It's just me.
So unfortunate.
Yeah, especially like I said, for Fridays when we're closed, that would have been an option, and with the weather being the way it is.
Yeah.
We had some vandalism on the Dropbox handle. We had a patron complaint, but we cleaned that up. Just leave that there. And we received a complaint that our holiday hours were not posted on our webpage, which was a fair complaint. So now they all are Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July. So our whole holiday closure schedule is now posted on our website. So
I'm amazed
And
at
you'll
the
have to
people
update that
Yep,
as
every-
every year as
Yep.
the holidays
Yep.
are different, okay.
yeah,
that they're like
So that was a good thing.
surprised that the hours, like, they haven't changed. There's a lot of people
No,
that notice.
but that is valid if the different holidays are on different years and they don't know. the
right. So now
hours
it's
are
posted.
posted.
I mean, we post signs on the doors, by the surf desk, on the webpage, on Facebook, but now it's permanently there. So if you're wondering.
So you can always find the list.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yep, so that was a good suggestion. And staff update, per Madeline's suggestion, a request for a technology volunteer has been posted in the upcoming holidays.
I'm sorry?
You had asked me to put a
To
technology
take the place
volunteer
of the
request in the highlights, so you asked me to do that, so I did it.
And
It's not
It's
out
not
yet.
out yet,
It
so
will.
we'll
Yeah.
see. Stand by. So, anyway.
I thought it was a great service.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I finally got a smartphone, and he leaves, so I can't learn how to use it, so.
It's kind of yucky.
It's,
Get with the times.
What kind did you get? Did you get an iPhone or a Android phone?
And Android.
Can't help you with that one, sorry.
I just found out I could talk into my phone. didn't
I know
realize-
there's
I
a-
saw a mic there, but I didn't know what it was for.
Yeah,
I just realized that.
I haven't tried
they're
it yet.
Oh,
they're
but
taping
it's
this.
something. I know. They know I'm antiquated.
No. That's cool.
So we need, it doesn't.
Yeah,
We
so
need
it's
to check out
in the
volunteer.
highlights,
Hold on
so
to your
stand
flip phone,
by.
you
I'll
must
keep
be
you posted.
really up there now. They're bad.
So building issues from January 30th to February 4th, because of all the negative temperatures, web control, the people that help us regulate the temperature, overtook our system. It ran the HVAC system at a pretty good temp to keep the building safe. I went in and I'm like, who typed this in and why is it in like override mode? So I was contacting everyone in the city. I'm like, who busted in? Who's got a password? Right, they did it. So I called and I'm like, they're like, yeah, you know. I'm like, that's fine. They're like, we tried to reach out to you. Okay. But anyway, it was fine. That was smart. I just couldn't figure out why I was in when I was. And
When we were hearing the super negative.
yeah, they were like, they went into all their clients' systems and bumped all the temps up, which was great. I mean,
Yeah,
we
you
were
don't want
we were running the water water and flushing the toilets, but yeah, they kept it running, so. I said, well, that's good.
And all
we
that
do it.
works fine unless power goes out,
Well, yes,
you know?
yeah, and this,
Keeping the water running, you have to do that once the power goes out.
absolutely. So, yeah, this past Sunday, before we left on Saturday, I had everyone unplug everything in the building, because I just didn't know with that wind.
Yeah.
And since we're on 2 or 3 different legs of power, I just didn't know what was gonna happen. Anyway, okay. On January 31st, DPW spent their morning working on a variety of repairs in the building. So kind of cleaning up scuffs, tightening bolts and things like that, an odd end, random list. There may be a new park bench in Memorial Park next to the library. DDA and Parks and Rec are talking about replacing some of the benches.
It needs it.
So, electrician came in and checked our ballast to explain what to watch for because the bulbs have been burning out, but really it is the age of the building, he thinks. I mean, everything
Wait a minute.
running fine, but he said to put in LED bulbs would be extremely expensive. Brownouts could be causing the damage, but we are 10-ish years old now, 10 or 11.
So our ballasts are okay
They are
with
okay.
the
You're saying
LED
my
lights.
house is
They're
60
okay with
years
our
old, and I
fluorescent
don't
lights.
burn my-
59 I still
Fluorescent
work.
lights, but not the LED.
If we want to put in LED, it'll be
We
really,
need to change the ballast.
right, it'll be really
I'm
expensive.
not even touching
So,
that.
but DPW did come in and change out my bulbs, but they're telling me that's normal. So DPW is having me keep a list of when it happens, just so we could see if there's like a pattern or something. we should
Right,
Yeah,
fix.
that's a
right.
good idea.
So, that was going on. $125 was paid to Mishtel to add a new phone jack and to move a phone to a more central location. There was a phone on Mike's desk, and Mike's rarely at his desk because he's always running around, so it was moved over to the center staff computer, so there's a phone on each side, so no one has to reach over. So,
That's a good thing.
so and then DPW was in to check the hinges on the patron main door. They were kind of squeaking and making kind of funky noises, but we seem to be okay. I was worried because, it's being held up by a metal plate now that motor pool had to build because everything's stripped up there. So it was making an odd noise and it wasn't clasping right. So I'm like, is it the cold that's just making the metal funky or what? And they assured me that I'm okay. And that the door's okay too.
A new building.
So,
10 years old.
yeah,
Yes,
It's
it's prime.
old, so.
it's old.
Yeah.
We're getting old.
It's a whole 10
What
years.
about our house?
No, if you lived in a 10-year-old house, you would consider it brand new.
Yes.
Okay. We told you about this.
I don't know, it just seems like we had that open house right there. and-
I know it.
I know, we're at 90.
We were watching frosting.
Yeah.
Watch. Where's that cake going?
We still have our, still have our groundbreaking photo posted on the website like it happened yesterday.
November though, it'll be 90, correct? November 90.
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to, that's also on an upcoming agenda. We're thinking fall for the 90, so,
Wow.
I know. We look good though.
It was 1929, wasn't it? Yeah.
We do look pretty good for 90.
I know there was some questions about the miscellaneous, and there were some other things, and Mr. Haber and I are working on that, of shifting things around. There were some lines that were like, wait, what is it? And what was the 20 cents up on, I think it was 20 cents. There was
There was something.
yeah,
right
up at the
here.
top in revenue, and that was a misring from one of my staff, so that's from guest passes. It should have been a round number, so that was just a
Oh,
clerical error.
3420.
Yeah. But so they're moving things about. I was told though that I may have to file an amendment because of our public utilities are high, just because of the weather and stuff, but we're watching it, so I'm trying to work in the dark as much as I can. But, just kidding.
Is it possible to take it out of some other?
Yeah, it will be shift around, but
Shift around.
shift around or possibly amendment in April, depending on who's here, I can work with them about that, we'll watch that.
Now, who in City Hall these days is splitting, like when you get the parking lot lighting?
Stacy, the city treasurer, I'll show her the bills and then she'll go back and try to retrace, because she didn't do it either. It was
Right,
Karen,
Karen did,
yeah.
yeah.
So she and I will usually work together to figure out everything's split between Parks and Rec and whatever else, so. Yeah, we were spoiled having Karen keep a sharper eye on that for us, and
Yeah.
now Stacy and
And
I.
all of a sudden, you know, your
Yeah,
utilities
right.
are going sky high
Sky
because
high.
they're not being split properly.
Exactly. Otherwise, I've been working with Chris, the bookkeeper. She's leaving at the end of March, just to review the budget. Just to review the budget, just to make sure I'm okay. And
Are they leaving? Oh,
she's making sure I'm all right. Yeah, Chris is going on, Chris is retiring.
Oh,
So, but, so again, she and I and Mr. Haberman have been working just to make sure everything looks okay and isn't odd. There was one thing though, that, there was $3,680.55 that needs to be paid because it was taken from the general fund back in 2007. I don't know if we.
2000 and when?
Seven. And so now it's ended up, I don't know, on us. And they're gonna, but they said don't worry because they can draw it from something else. It's not gonna hurt. But yeah, it was the miscellaneous line that says $3,680.55. That was money that had to be taken from the general fund apparently.
In 2007?
Yes, ma'am.
12 years
And,
ago.
and then.
that was the old building.
And
Yeah,
down
on June
years
30th,
have passed.
2007.
And 12 years have passed, and
Yeah,
now they've,
well, we're at a point where everyone's
there. Double check stuff.
making sure everything is good and go. But we'll be all right, won't be on next year's budget, and they'll be able to absorb it. But yeah, that's what that miscellaneous one is.
Okay.
So,
Under, where it says 9 questions, library non-resident,
Yeah.
passes the non-resident.
Right.
What does that?
that was that word that 20 cents was.
Oh, gotcha, okay, I'm sorry.
That was
I
a clerical error, and then
Okay.
the 955 miscellaneous, the 3,000 was from the general fund in 2007,
So that's another,
right?
that's what
And then
was.
the
Okay.
one, the 999304, the op transfer budget amendments, I think that has to do with retirements, I think. And so they said, don't worry about that, that's gonna be figured out through just moving stuff around on everyone's budgets, so.
That's an awful lot.
Yeah,
it's
that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but I've been told it's gonna be okay. So when I come to you in April with the budget, it
What-
should be okay.
In that year,
The 2007?
now would this be a, yeah, would this be this 3,000, would that be an accumulation of things, or would that have been something that would come up and we would,
An old
like a
item.
repair or something?
There must have been to take something.
And then one big thing, I'm trying to think what happened in
I don't
207
know.
that was that major. Good Lord, can't remember what I did yesterday.
I don't know.
How many people are covered by the dental insurance at the library?
It's me.
Just you. I question that amount.
I think just me.
Is
Maybe
that
Kristen- no,
$2,400
Kristen
a
too.
year?
No, Kristen too.
Even so, $100 a month for dental insurance per person? No.
No, they didn't make a very good bargain.
No,
did
that
they?
is a very poor purchase. I would question who authorized, who is responsible for choosing that. Dental insurance is not $100 per person per month.
I'm not sure who.
I think even the most expensive one was like $50 a month.
Do you have primary health care through the state, through the city? Then your dental should be an add-on, and it should not be that expensive.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I can ask.
I'm just curious.
No.
I don't mean to make problems, but to have your dental insurance be $2,400 a year for 2 people just does not seem right.
compared to optical, which is 300.
Well, typically optical is a little bit less than dental, but $100 a month for dental just doesn't seem right. I mean,
Because I think the most expensive plan usually is about $48 or $52 a month per person.
Could I clarify?
Right.
yeah, I just don't understand.
I'll find out, although I don't know.
It should be hella good insurance, sorry.
No, yeah.
It should be really good at that sort of price.
The people who worked on it are no longer here. are not gonna be soon. So I'll try to get an answer for you, but I'm not gonna get it.
Some of that, I don't know.
Just know in the back of your mind that,
When the new budget comes up, we can ask that question.
yeah. Yeah.
I know there may be some changes with health insurance, we're told, so anyway,
I want you to have good insurance. I don't want you to think I don't want you to have dental, because I want
No,
you to
no.
have dental. I just,
I get my teeth cleaned every 6 months.
Good girl.
I don't have a.
it's important for good health.
It doesn't $300
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's 2 people. So that'd be $150 a month for optical. That seems high. Doesn't it?
Yes. Yes, it
I'm
does.
truthfully, when
Yes,
I
it
worked,
does.
I paid $10.
That's $150 a year.
That's $150 a year, not $150
Oh,
a
gotcha,
month.
okay, gotcha. I'm thinking,
So
my
that's
God.
really not bad. It's
Okay.
I
like
have bifocals, so
12,
maybe
13.
that's what happened.
No, okay. Divide that by maybe 150, okay. And then divide that,
like 12.
That'd be like
that's a little over
$10 a
10,
month.
a little more than 10 bucks,
12,
okay.
Yeah, 12,
12,
13.
something like that, okay. Sorry,
No,
Still
I
better than
looked at it wrong.
it's okay. So that's, hey, that's what's going on. The PNC account, there's $3,194.87. $66.99 was purchased for a laptop adapter. We have a new laptop that was purchased through the gift fund, and we need an adapter so all our various cords could communicate and plug into it.
Is that for staff usage?
Yes, yep, and I'll be using it in a couple weeks for a presentation that a person's coming in to do, so, yep. And the city manager actually met with department heads for budget, so, and now we're waiting for rough drafts to come in. And so that's what's going on with the ledger. No unfinished business unless anyone's got something shaken. Madeline, hi.
A question regarding the change of the board meeting due to the icy weather. Is that typical? Because you were like urgent on the phone. I have to let them know in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
And the purpose of that is because it's open to the public?
Open Meetings Act. Usually X number of hours need to be made to make them people aware they have to put in. They said because of the weather, you know, it's okay, that comes up, things come
See how
up.
many people come to our meeting.
But,
We don't even get
so,
certain people.
anyway, yeah, we just had to hustle to get it posted, so we were somewhat compliant of the necessary hours.
Full on of
And the weather was
Falls are all that I don't.
good, for good reason, exactly. Most just canceled, but I just wanted, if we waited till March, so yes, we're gonna see each other in 2 weeks. We're done with that a
Yeah, you
lot.
guys are so lucky you get to see me in 2 weeks.
So, sorry about that.
Makes my day.
And go back to the original
Sure.
comment about computers. You're in need of how many and for where?
Okay, well, I was gonna talk about it in next month, but I'll talk about it now if you want. We're gonna need, we had to put together a plan with TLM because Windows is going, upgrading and not all our computers can carry it. So we need to get new computers for the ones that can't carry it, and the ones that can, we need to get new RAM. And then we need to upgrade our Office products also.
So,
I don't have my chart with me,
No,
so I'm
but-
sorry.
So
you're
you're talking hardware and
so
software.
ballpark figure, not, you don't.
Of how many, well, I need, TLN suggested, okay, we'll go here. If you want to do it. All right, so we're going to start with staff because we need to do that first. So first up will be me because I have one of the oldest computers for staff. So mine,
She has Windows XP.
yeah, something like that, yeah. So I have to get upgraded first. The staff, the two in the back and the staff are okay. Kristen just needs an upgrade of software. Her computer should be okay. The public computers are locked down with what they call deep freeze, so that is a good security protection, so we can buy some time if we don't make the 2020 deadline of getting everything updated. So the plan we worked out with TLN is that for the first year, starting this spring after budget, is that we're going to probably replace about 5 to 6 computers. And then after that, we can't do all 13 So we have it broken down by plan. We drew out a grid of what it looks like. So it'll be mine, the 2 staff computers at the CERT desk, and then possibly 2 more out on the floor if we can do it. So my hope is, I had it budgeted in, I worked with Mr. Haberman to budget in to get at least the software license bought for all the computers and the RAM, to get the software bought for Windows and Office and the RAM that we need, because we can hold the license for however long we need to. And then my hope was that the Friends would help the gift fund and then the budget itself, so that we could at least buy 5 to 6 computers this year to meet the deadline, to get as most in as we can. The rest we'll keep in security lockdown, and just as the next few years go by, we'll try to continue to buy 4 or 5 at a time.
So you're gonna retire the oldest computers first and then,
Is there an aftermarket for them?
They're so old. They're so old. So we can try to piece it together and get equipment and make it Frankenstein-like, but it's just, we're just buying
so
time.
you're gonna make a presentation next month?
No, I just did it, so
That was
not.
it? That was it?
So-
Come on, grabs, PowerPoint, whatever.
No, no, so that was it. So no, I will put it on the
I
agenda
didn't
next
mean
month.
to
No,
skip ahead, but
no,
I wrote it down as soon as you said it, and I thought, how
no.
many
So
are we
I'm
talking about
hoping,
here?
I'm hoping the Friends will be able to help at the fall book sale. I have to do my budget for the Friends pretty soon also, to present that to see if they approve it. So, I'll put in that I'm requesting 2 computers from them.
Excuse me?
Well, the Friends have me put a budget together, and then I present it, and then they vote yea or nay. So we talk it through, it's cool.
So, if I know I'm technologically challenged, but this all being said, is this the future for every few years?
Yes. Yeah, at least with the
Yes.
software.
So you say
Yes.
2019, you replace 5 or 6, 2020, then you plan on replacing 4, and then
4 or 5,
2021,
right.
you'll,
Right. And then we'll get
and by the
everything-
time,
Then we'll start going back through again with the software. and
what is the
upgrades.
length, what is the,
Those
age of a
computers
computer?
are
I mean,
5
The ones on
years,
the
4 or
floor?
5 years. But those are all, they were bought in bulk in a
Right.
grant, so. And because they're really good workhorses, we kind of got like, okay, we can keep going, but
Is there a possibility for another grant to update? I mean, I guess what I'm picturing is,
I don't want to, go ahead. I don't want to buy in bulk again. It was great, it got us going.
You don't want to buy in bulk again?
Not
No,
that
you
many
wanna do in a
computers.
rotation.
so they don't all go at once?
Because
Yeah.
now it was great and I'm very
Right.
grateful, but now we're gonna have to do it smaller bites, so.
because I'm thinking, if, you know, as soon as a new phone comes out, it's old.
Right,
It's like we're on a rat race here trying to,
right.
so
You can't
I'm
keep
just
up.
thinking about,
Can't.
I'm thinking about a
So
more
it's
permanent
Windows
budget
10,
for.
Office 19. So I'll try to pre-buy all the license now. I'll get the RAM for the computers that just need RAM put in it, that can carry the software, and then start replacing computers.
Do you think you're technically challenged? My minutes will say, discuss new computers.
So anyway,
Because the
that's
rest of
what's
it is
going on.
gone.
I can, like,
Sorry for
No,
jumping ahead.
no, absolutely, I'm glad, might as well talk about it now. So like I said, I put it in the budget under operating, and we put in the cost of the RAM and all the license in my computer. So hopefully that will go through, and then, like I said, hopefully the gift committee and the friends.
We're not alone, I mean, the rest of the city, no matter what the department is, they've got
Yeah,
technology.
right.
We just have more,
Exactly, yep, they're
and
always,
it's
Well,
not
more-
gonna change.
more for public use.
Right.
Theirs is all private, yeah, I mean,
right, they're,
personal usage,
Right.
government usage.
exactly,
So they don't get the wear and tear that ours do.
exactly. Yeah, because it's usually pretty, depending on the time, after school, you know, and the weather. And now this, with the census, you can do it online, so the Census Bureau is getting us ready that people will come in and
Oh,
file their
that's right,
census on computers.
2020.
Yeah, so we need to get ready for that also. Yeah.
Exciting times.
It is exciting times, and I'm very grateful for everyone's support. So, and like I said, it's fine with, I saw the friends, it's good, put my budget, I'm in budget mode, so we'll work it out.
Thank you, friends.
Yeah, the friends are awesome, so I'm a very supportive group. All good. So there you go. All right, so that was March. Good, thanks. So no unfinished business. All right, Wi-Fi operating schedule. I would like to, and I was talking to TLN, put the Wi-Fi on schedule. Right now it's open 24/7. And so I would like to, TLN's suggestion is to turn the Wi-Fi on an hour before we open and just turn it off when we close.
Oh, that'll save a lot of parking in the
So,
parking lot.
yeah, so that's their suggestion. Obviously, the staff will have to use their own data if you get in a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, so that, and then shut it down on the days that we're
And
not.
will this be publicized?
Yeah, we'll make a note of it. Obviously, it's gonna,
And so the schedule would be like, for instance, on a Saturday, it would open up at 8, but on regular, you know,
Right.
either 11 or 9,
9.
as the case may be,
And then
and
shut
then
down
close
when
at
we
6
Right.
or 9, as the case
we
may
can
be.
see how it goes. I know there may be an issue. I know we're a Pokemon gym. I'm not trying to cause a public relations, not be nice or
But
anything
they're
like.
out there
But
all
there
the
are a
time.
lot of people, and I don't know who's out there, and the people that are there at the time I come in, there's a reason the police are sitting there, because we don't know. And sometimes I see people sitting in the very back of the parking lot, and they're not up near the gazebo where all the, so I don't know, for safety purposes. And I appreciate people not texting and driving and pulling over and checking their phones, that's good. So we're not trying to be mean, it's just,
What about on the days off, Friday?
it'll be close. It'll be off.
But presently it's on.
Yeah, well,
It's
that
always
would
on.
change for summer.
I call their local libraries to see what everyone else does. Some use passwords, so you can't get in. It's password protected. I'm not sure if their password changes or, I'm not sure how they work that. Some do have a schedule, some keep it open. So it just varies.
Well, ours has been open for what, 3-4 years now?
Yeah.
Wide open.
Wide open. And then, again, it's fine. It's just, there's been an uptick.
Should we,
So what are you going to,
As soon as I call TLN, they'll go and log in right now.
should we make a motion
I
for
was
this?
just
If you want, or I can just, you can tell me no, or change the hours, I mean, they can expand it out. That was just their
yeah.
suggestion.
Let's, oh, you,
no, I have TV Move too, go ahead.
okay, I would like to make a motion that we
alter.
alter our Wi-Fi schedule with TLN to open an hour before we open and shut down an hour after we're closed.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. You typically shut it down earlier than that to get people out the door, right?
The computers, the
That's
physical
computers,
computer
this is
shut
just the
off.
Wi-Fi.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay.
So you wanted an hour
Hour
after?
before open and off when library closes.
What
An
did you
hour
think
after the
about-
library.
An hour
An hour after, so you want an hour open or
after,
after.
okay.
And on,
Sorry, Claire.
and on closed days,
And
Well,
off
we may-
completely.
Yes,
off completely on days closed.
yes.
And what do the surrounding libraries do?
It varies. Some are
They're all
open, some have password protection, some have schedules. So I can talk to Royal Oak and Ferndale, Berkeley, Huntington, so.
I'd be happy to second that.
Thank you.
So an
Now we
hour
can
open
discuss it.
before and close it an hour after. So we close at 8 but shut it down at 9.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
Jenny, is that what you were thinking?
That's fine. That way, in the summer nights when people are out there truly working with their Pikachus, can have some time. Again, I'm not trying to be mean, it's just.
How much
No.
money are we talking about approximately?
I mean,
It's
just-
safety. The issue is
Oh, so
safety,
it's
not money.
Not in
It's,
saving any money?
No,
so-
it's just.
no. But we've had people who are hanging around the library using the internet, we think, but we're not quite sure what they're doing in the parking lot.
The
but-
one thing that kind of got me is the guy that pulled the car up pretty much next to the building, across the handicap bumps. And I was like, seriously?
Yeah.
That's not really cool. Don't.
So what do you guys think about that? It's been.
Seconded, we're just discussing.
Yeah,
Well, so what do you think about it?
I don't
think
see
it's
a
fine.
problem.
Why don't you?
We can try it if it's a problem or there's backlash. I mean, we can always revisit.
Yeah.
But again, the
Well,
issue
no, it's
is
right.
for the safety of the people who work here,
Right.
that we really don't want to give people another reason to be hanging around the periphery of our parking lot.
So,
Well, like you said, if there's a backlash or an
Yeah.
issue, we can always
always
revisit
adjust.
it.
And some libraries do have
passwords
They
that
do,
you,
use are password protected.
you can't use the Wi-Fi unless you put the thing in. I know when we used to go to Florida, I went to a library because supposedly, you know, you can do this. And they charge you $10
Yeah.
to get the password.
Yeah.
It's a moneymaker,
It
we
is a
should try
money
that.
maker. Yeah, when we have our guest passes.
But I like the safety issue because there could be other
Well, and
things
again, I don't mean to sound
happening
like
in the parking lot.
Right.
a fearful
Where someone
person.
is approached by a policeman, they could say, oh, I'm using Wi-Fi, when that really isn't.
And also, I could see a couple times on the Wi-Fi report during, when we're not open, someone's downloading a lot of something they should not have been downloading.
Oh.
So, I mean, I get
Madeline
their,
just made had a good question, I thought. She wanted to know
oh, here.
when we're gonna announce this, or if we're going to announce it.
I don't know. Yeah, and we can announce it on Facebook. I'll talk to Kristen and TLN and see their timing of everything.
Not that you're looking for giving people reasons to complain, but.
No, I'm just
Yeah, no,
saying, we can
people
post
should-
it on the door, Wi-Fi will be available at this time period, and then it's off, you know?
Right.
Yeah, we can take that.
It's no different than telling them the computer's shut down 15 minutes before we
Or the
close.
days of operation. I'm amazed at the people who come up. You know, sometimes where you're just
Yeah.
not hanging around.
Using Wi-Fi,
Well,
yeah.
No, you're out there Wi-Fiing unmentionables.
Speaking of which, take the time to look at the quilt that we hung on Monday. It's Barbara's daughter Leslie, who's a teacher, but this quilt hung the last quilt show, and it's much, that one I did 19 years ago. This is much more improved and huge. We could only put 2/3 of it up.
Oh, wow.
It's all books.
Wow.
But Little Women is hidden. It's so big that we had to take it down 2 or 3 times to adjust the rollover. It's quite nice.
Let's go and check it out.
Just trying to fill time.
No,
Yeah,
that's
because
okay.
you can't-
We can
can't
go,
wait
Okay.
for-
Claire comes back.
So the motion would be to alter the Wi-Fi schedule with TLN to be as follows. Open 1 hour, start 1 hour before opening?
Before open hours
Or-
and
I
closing
like the wording,
1
but
hour
okay.
after.
And off 1 hour after library closes.
And all
And off when library
is,
is closed. I
So
don't
the
think it has
whole-
to be decided when, what reason it would be closed, just period closed.
Right.
Like the weekend. So people aren't gonna be up here then Sunday, Saturday night,
Right.
Sunday through Monday morning.
All right.
Okay, so are we
okay.
taking the vote?
Motion has been made to close the Wi-Fi, opening it only 1 hour before we open and closing 1 hour after we close, and to be closed on all days that the library is not open. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
It just won't, to make it easier, it just won't be available.
Nope, it will not be available. When the library is closed, the Wi-Fi will not be available. So, like I said, I get monthly reports. Yeah, hi.
Is that gonna hinder you? You're always here so many hours and
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine, I'm not worried about it.
She'll use her data.
It's fine.
It's not like when she's here, she's online. When she's here before the place opens, she's doing stuff.
It's not going to,
I don't know. I'm not worried about it.
okay, well, we can
No,
always
I'm not worried
revisit
about it.
it. We can always revisit it.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to try to adjust to me. Sorry. No, but thank you for caring. It's not that good. Okay, and the final thing is the employee volunteer picnic will be on Thursday, June 13th, 2019, and I'd like permission, please, to close the library at 5 instead of 6. As usual, we'll advertise and let everyone know.
So I'd like to make a motion that we close the library at 5 o'clock on June 13th, so all of our employees can enjoy the city employee volunteer company
Did you say
picnic.
5 or 5:15?
I think she said
At
5.
5?
Yes, please.
5.
We normally close at 6 on Thursday, and if we could close at 5, just so everyone can get over.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we close the library on June the 13th at 5 PM so the staff can attend the employee picnic. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. That's all I have, believe it or not. So,
Uh,
any public comment or anything? No? Okay.
I'd like to make a motion that we close the meeting at 10:15.
I'll second that.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded that we close the meeting at 10:15 this. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay.